Welcome to the historic walking tour of Lower Lonsdale. This should take about 45 minutes from departure point number 1, going all the way to point number 6. So you can see the sites are numbered. Whenever you hear a bell on the tour, like this, it means I've finished talking about this point of interest, and it's time to move on to the next point of interest. While on the tour, please watch out for traffic. Use the printed map to find your way to each point of interest. Also, I suggest you pause the video until you get to the next location. And last of all, have fun. CSpan Site. This site is behind Bodwell School, facing northwest. In 1928, the Capilano timber sawmill used this site, which included a train that brought huge cedar and hemlock logs to the mill. The mill burned down in 1928. Today, this is where the CSpan site is. And this is where they make ships. Next stop, St. Paul's Catholic Church. St. Paul's Catholic Church dates back to the 1880s. In this postcard, you can see there's no street in front of it, and it's sat by the water's edge, with the railway running by it. Therefore, we could say that all the land between the church and the current waterline was man-made. Next stop, Horn Brothers Shingle Mill. Horn Brothers Shingle Mill. What you want to do now is you want to imagine what it was like. There's no more mill. But we have remnants of a tower-like structure, a waste burner. So what you're looking for here are concrete chunks, and you can see this best at low tide. So this structure was a place to burn wood waste, but it was also used to burn other things as well. The mill was demolished in the 1980s. Next stop, the Esplanade. The Esplanade, North Vancouver Hotel. What you should be looking at now is Boston Pizza. But originally, this road that you're standing on now was the true Esplanade. It was a seaside promenade extending from Lonsdale to Chesterfield Street. A very beautiful hotel stood here. summer tourists would come and walk along here. Here's an example of that beautiful North Vancouver hotel. Next stop, Lower Lonsdale. Looking north up Longstall Avenue. Before 1902, this area was undeveloped, even though it did have a ferry service at the bottom. But then, in late 1902, a businessman named Alfred Hammersley purchased a few lots and started businesses here. And then the area started to develop. Many of these old photos show the road going straight up. There was no leveling off. You can see it here. There was no leveling off at each intersection like we have now. You can see how far Lower Lonsdale has come. Next stop, get ready to walk up the hill to 92 Longstall Avenue. This was the old Bank of Hamilton building. This photo is from around 1910. What you want to look at here is the decoration of the building. The columns that are projected from the walls, the Ionic scroll-shaped ornaments, and also copper cornice detail as well. Now it's a bike shop. But back in the day, this building was quite advanced because it had the North Vancouver's first passenger elevator. Now, you need to cross the road and you're looking at the Blesley Block. So cross the road and go to Lonsdale and First. The Blesley Block, 101 Lonsdale. This building was first a drugstore from 1905 to 1973. You can see the front of the store is what they call a frontier store, a false front. You can see how the building looks bigger from the front. Started off as a drugstore, and back then, back in 1904 and 1905, drugstores stocked heroin, opium, mercury, chloroform, and arsenic. And these items continued to be used until the 1930s. If you look at the building behind this building, you'll see a block-shaped building, and this used to be a theatre. The name of this place was the Empire Theatre. If you have a look at it, if you walk to the side, you can see the wide entrance. If you go into it now, I think it sells groceries now, you can see a sloping floor. But back in those times, when it was a theatre, they had silent movies and live shows. This concludes our tour. Hope you enjoyed the tour. And take care on the walk back. Have a great day.